Scoring against taller and stronger defenders is one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do in basketball. It can be extremely intimidating when the person guarding you has a height, strength, and wingspan advantage on you. This can change the trajectory of your shots and force you to take shots that you don't really practice. So in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and some moves that you can use to be able to create enough space to get your shot off comfortably. One thing that taller players do really well is they do a good job of being able to take away the space to stop you from being able to shoot a shot comfortably and make you feel like you have to try to drive. And then once you drive, they're long enough to still recover and contest and bother your shot. A lot of the times you end up having to take runners and leaners and just shots that you don't really practice, right? So what we're gonna do is look at Kyrie, because playing against Boston, he's playing against a lot of stronger and taller defenders the entire series. And I just wanna look at the shots that he's not only able to make, but just the shots he's able to take and get off. Here's an example of the defense is close enough where Kyrie's not just going to pull up and shoot over Al Horford because he can get up and contest. Kyrie's too small to just shoot over him. So one thing he is able to do as a smaller player is attack, right? And what he's really good at is, you see how he's holding the ball all the way over here where nobody can touch it but him, right? So it's a runner. The ball's away from the defense. Keeping it away from them like that and being able to float it up high and soft it's a really tough shot, but it's a shot that you have to practice and that you're going to need to have if you want to score over taller players, right? You saw the last one, he jumped regular off of 1-2. This time he's changing it. He's jumping off that. He's going to jump off his right leg. So now it's the same hand, same foot. So he drives. Most people are going to expect him to take that 1-2. So now he's getting the advantage because he's jumping first. He's able to get up in the air first and go at a time that the defense isn't expecting. It's extremely important when you're playing against taller defenders, right? So he keeps the ball where only he can get it, and he's able to change his timing and his pace so that he can get a shot up quickly and over the defense. Here he misses, but that's besides the point. We're just looking at the shots that he's able to take. All right, so same thing, strong defense. He's able to get middle again. As you can see, he's able to get middle time and time again, right? But same thing. Look at where he's keeping the ball. So look, he's getting middle, and as he goes up, again, the ball is away from the defense. He's keeping that ball away. I know a lot of people are taught, hey, don't hold it with one hand. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and against taller people, what you have to do is keep the ball away from them, right? So ball's away from the defense. He's able to get up into the middle. He misses a shot, but that's a shot that you have to practice, right? Because clearly these are the shots that are going to be available for smaller players. And not only should you be able to do it with your right hand, you should be able to do it with your left. So both hands, right? So again, here he gets middle. Keeps the ball away from the defense, and he's going up. He's able to finish with his left hand going across the paint, right? So a shot that you want to be able to make going across the paint is taking those 1-2 and kind of hook or float the ball in with your right, same hand, same foot with the right, and then do the same exact thing with your left hand going the other way. Extremely important move, and it's something that's going to just give you the ability to get a shot off. And the more creative you are with your workouts, the more you'll be able to do it in your own way, your own unique way that works for you. It doesn't have to be exactly what Kyrie does, but just knowing that going across the lane and getting to the other side of the basket is super important, right? Even from, let's say you're attacking from the baseline, still being able to get middle. And this time he does a good job of bumping the defense so that he can't jump and finishing, right? But he's able to attack middle, and the defense is here. So his attack, he's going to kind of end up shooting over here, right? You see he's extending in a way that only nobody can get to it. He goes to his left hand. So these are all tough shots. right? But if you practice them, then all of a sudden it'll just feel easy and you'll be able to score on anybody. Now, another thing about going across the paint is that it doesn't have to always be a layup, right? Sometimes you'll have to get across the lane and get to a pull-up, right? So like here, he's going across the paint. But here we have Porzingis, he's 7 foot whatever, and then Derek White, who's 6'7", both taller. So instead of going and trying to challenge at the basket or do a floater, he separates and gets to this open area, and he has to do a fadeaway going away from the basket, right? So you're going across the lane, get into a fade. These are the type of shots you have to take, right? So using leaners, using runners, using hooks, those are all going to be to your advantage when you play against someone taller, especially if you have the speed advantage. If you're able to get by and get faster, being able to float something up or lean so that your shot can't get blocked, that will do wonders. All right, so again, he's going across the paint. Defense helps up. Instead of challenging, he's able to pull up and kind of hit that little leaner, fade into the side, and get himself a bucket, right? So runners, leaners, fadeaways across the lane. Again, look at his body when he's jump stopping. So he's getting downhill. He sees the help defense about to step up, which means if he goes here and he's running here, the open area is going to be over there. So he stops here, and you can see his body positioning is already telling you that he's going to be leaning away to create enough space to shoot. So he stops, fades back, and it's still a very high contest. But him leaning back and taking this angle is enough to get the ball up and over the defense for a shot. This is a leaner. This is almost like a floater too. He gets to a spot and he's leaning and he just kind of floats the ball up, right? So that's not really like his jumper or a typical fadeaway, but he's still getting across the lane and leaning and getting up a shot that nobody can get to because of the angle that he's taking and where he's going with the shot. So it's either a runner or leaners or faders, but you have to be able to get in the paint and do what's necessary to score.